we'll get this stream going, all right? Oh fun, I'm going up against all PC players.
Domination. Go time. Capture the objective. Secure at B. Secure at C.
I'm taking the
D locked down.
Back on, lost UAV.
Get a UAV on grid. Zone C secure.
No way in hell is that.
payback is an order.
Nice. We're pulling ahead. Lost C.
Semtex front.
This shit ain't working. We've lost the advantage.
Semtex front. Incoming stun.
We've taken control.
Semtex front.
Hostile RCXD in your AO. Requesting recon above.
Neutralized.
Pulling in Scott Street.
Striking in.
Catch on my lead eyes overhead. Losing Bravo.
You didn't think I meant that guy, did ya? Watch your target ID.
Operator establishing squad streak. Losing B.
Revenge is sweet, hot or cold. Sharpshooter eliminated.
Calling in squad streak.
Grenade incoming.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Snipers down. Move up.
They're moving.
Thermal grenade out. Assaulting through. Target gone.
Losing Bravo. They're taking C. Losing B. Bravo lost. Enemy UAV inbound. Lock it down, Bravo.
Grenade incoming.
B secured.
Heads down. Enemy long rifle. Enemy grenade on.
Losing Bravo. They lost B. Taking Bravo underway. Operator establishing squad streak. Bravo zone secure.
Enemy sniper shooting.
And stay.
Authorizing napalm strike.
Semtex, get down.
Getting
Frag.
UAV on grid. Losing B.
Kill.
Requesting recon above.
Tagged and bagged.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Thermo set.
Losing Bravo.
Not today.
Another chance to fight fair.
I see you.
Yes. Kill the next target.
Losing B. TACOM, Adler requesting napalm strike. TACOM, I need eyes overhead.
Setting waypoint.
Yes. Seek out the next target.
We're losing Charlie.
Enemy removed.
Taking A. Getting UAV on grid.
Seek out the next target.
Losing Bravo. Enemy RTX detected.
Target confirmed. Get down. Frag. Hostile gun.
Enemy scout pulse detected.
Friendly, friendly.
Frontman speaking. Patience.
Semtex incoming.
Losing B.
Syntax out. This is the frontman. Didn't see that one coming.
How do these guys always know where we're gonna be? Here, hug it.
Spotted blast trap. Sleeper agent active.
What? He doesn't have the perk. Shouldn't have been able to do that.
Frontman.
They're down.
Stupid.
Get on your feet. Confirming hostile. Not this time. Waypoint marked. Move. Enemy trophy online.
Securing zone A.
Seek out the next target.
Thermo grenade out.
Losing Bravo.
shot. Head for
Enemy
indicated
UAV
location.
inbound. Check off. Get the UAV in the air.
Contact front.
Take it out.
Marksman smoke. Got you.
Front man speaking.
Enemy marksman shooting. Good effect on target. Hostile stun.
Losing Bravo. Losing B. Hostile UAV established overhead.
Gotta take it.
Losing Bravo.
Hostile contact spot. Hostile flashbang.
Losing B.
Using thermo.
Losing Bravo. Bravo lost. Securing out. They're taking C. TACOM, I need eyes overhead.
Incoming stun.
Running in front seat. Security, go there. Losing B.
Get down. Frag. Incoming stun.
Front man here.
Requesting recon above.
Incoming stun. Flashbanging.
Front man speaking.
Push your fire.
No medals for second place. Crush those dirtbags.
Hostile flash. Hostile contact spotted. Mission
without
parameters
us.
are green across the board.
Alright guys, give me a second. I need to change out my batteries. Give me a second, guys, and I'll switch out my batteries so we can keep playing. Or so I can keep playing. Because this thing apparently needs some charge time. Powering them. I just have to use these for more charge it. You might hear the audio go blank for a minute because I had to disconnect the my headphones. Yeah, I had to go analog, I guess, to do it for a little bit. Normally, guys, I don't do that during a stream, but I kind of really didn't have a choice. I didn't, normally I'd already have everything prepared, but I needed to charge the battery, so I didn't realize how low it was, because when my controller stops vibrating, that's when I know.
Kill confirmed. Weapons free, people. Lay some hate on 'em. You've fallen behind. We got the lead. Now hold it.
Thermal grenade out. Thermo sent. They're cooked. Incoming shot. Tactical sighting. Enemy marksman shooting.
Sending base.
Setting waypoint. Launch a UAV.
Bringing in recon.
UAV in the turret, standby.
West point requesting CUAV.
Counter UAV available.
Commence counter UAV operations.
Focus commencing ground UAV operations overhead.
UAV field check. Okay.
Enemy shock charge. Hostile using a full pack.
Focus reporting fuel reserve 50%.
UAV exiting AO.
West point marking care package CZ.
Semtex front.
Focus terminating.
Firing from 60 rounds.
That's a kill.
West point requesting UAV.
BOM. Estimate 2 casualties. Over.
Grenade incoming.
UAV available for detonation.
Clark requesting UAV tasking.
UAV commencing surveillance operation.
Requesting CUAV tasking.
Counter UAV call. Shield down.
UAV flight test. On my mouth.
Focus midway to your objective.
TACOM, the flying on the radio of turning to bag.
Get down, frag!
RTV.
Eyes on shock charge.
TACOM, getting UAV in the air.
Heather requesting LDBR.
Hey, check your damn targets.
Side.
TACOM, get a UAV in the air.
UAV in the turret. We have eyes on. UAV in the air. 50%.
Using thermo.
Thanks for the well. UAV overflight terminated.
Flashbang inbound.
Watch out, Kilo. Incoming on your
Sharpshooter
location.
eliminated. Hostile impact. Do we have a problem here?
Target in the open.
Tally, what's your kilo? Thermo grenade out. Sighting in. Eyes on Semtex.
TACOM, authorized LDBR strike.
Hostile flashbang. Grenade incoming.
Don't forget this.
Exemplary, Black Ops. They won't be coming back from that.
Okay, guys, so this is actually going to be my last match before we can sit down and talk, alright?
Team deathmatch. Eliminate all threats.
Revenge is sweet, hot or cold. Snipers down, move up. Tackle, launch a UAV.
UAV established overhead.
Enemy grenade.
Counter UAV
That's
available.
fine. Commence counter UAV operation.
Sir, ready for launch.
Focus commencing counter UAV
Flashbang
operations
incoming.
overhead.
UAV fuel check 50%. Final flight, 5 seconds.
Administering sting.
Focus reporting fuel reserve to 50%.
Priority passing requested. UAV exiting AO.
Heads down. Enemy long rifle.
Focus
Sharpshooter
terminating
eliminated.
EM operation.
Using thermo. Enemy mark Marksman shooting.
Enemy UAV inbound.
Taking stim.
Okay, you're making noise.
Enemy CUAV inbound.
One of them now. Heads down. Enemy long rifle. Do we have a problem here? That's a kill. Using stim shot. Enemies rearming. Snipers down. Move up. Eyes on enemy Molotov. Tango deleted. Payback is an ornery bitch. Hostile Molotov. Got him. Nuh-uh, not this time.
Crimson's on their heels. Hit them hard.
Moving with Arcane. Fire and Arcane.
Your fire!
green across the board.
Now that was a good game. I don't even care if you can't get any better. And now it's time for my favorite emote of the game. Yeah. Okay, that was amazing. I have not had a good game like this in a while. Alright. So, time for me to go on ahead and sit down and talk with you guys. I'm gonna go on ahead and turn my controller off so I don't waste battery power. To this. So yeah, these are the earbuds that I've been using. Five Below earbuds, and on top of that, it comes with a carrying case. So I really can't complain. The audio is amazing. So, time to talk about what I think. So, season 4. I know that there's also supposed to be some other weapons and stuff released. I'm going to be doing a zombie stream. Hopefully later this week. What the hell? I really need to mute this while I'm streaming. But yeah. So this has been I sense this being a really good season. From the re-release of their variation of the MK2 marksman rifle to the new SMG, I'm going to be doing a stream once I get my hands on the FFAR1. Actually, I need to go on ahead and put in those tokens, or that token that I just got, onto that area. Yeah, sure. Actually, wait, I can purchase COD points too. I've got enough. And then shotgun, prison crest. I prefer the double XP token. But yeah, this game itself is really, really, really fun. It's gotten better ever since that Activision updated the Ricochet anti-cheat. Though I still get cheaters every now and then, it's very, very rare. Now, at least at my level. I'm also I prestiged up again to the latest rank, so now I'm Prestige Master rank. So Prestige Master rank 205 is what you guys are seeing. I'm using I think I'm using the Advanced Warfare ones. Hold on. Customize. No, it's not underneath there. It's under Progression, Prestige Master. And then click here. Yeah, it's the Prestige 2 from Advanced Warfare. So I'm currently at Prestige Master level 2. There's actually a total of 5. It's over 1,000 levels. Lots of I've seen some people already have it. Now, of course, will I ever go for something like that? Absolutely not, because that is not. That's overkill. I'm just seeing how far I can go as Prestige Master this year, or this time, because they are going to be releasing BO7. It has been announced. Activision and Microsoft are releasing BO7 soon. that has been announced. So I am excited to see what they're going to be. It's supposed to take. The events are supposed to take place after BO2 and Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 6. So I heard that David Mason is going to be making a reappearance. I don't know how well that's going to work with the recent events with BO6, but I'm actually kind of interested. It's piqued my that just made my ears prick up. So that's something huge. Especially for something like this. I mean, the game itself is all. I mean, Black Ops 6 already has been a really, really good game. I love the campaign. I love some of the ideas that they're using for the campaign. Again, the open world aspect really, from Modern Warfare 3, just really didn't strike me. And it's the same for Black Ops 6. It really didn't strike me as cool. I prefer, when it comes to COD, I prefer something more linear. Where, like, it's completely linear. I don't have to look for things. They did the open world thing in the second mission of the campaign. Second or third. Well, I do know that they did it in the tunnel thing. I am going to be recording that video soon. I'm just, right now, I'm focused on getting my streams dealt with and all this. It's taken me a while. So, let me go ahead and start off by saying that the announcement of BO7, I hope, of Black Ops 7, I hope and pray that they go back to their roots with it. Because Black Ops 2, I have played it. I have not played it here on my channel, or even on my YouTube channel. I've played it. It's good. I've played the original Black Ops. I mean, what got me into this game was originally Modern Warfare 3, the original. That's what ultimately got me into COD. Everyone always asks me, like, JD, or G, what is your favorite Call of Duty game of all time? It was Modern Warfare 3. Because when that was released around my time. Well, that was released around the time where I started playing Rated M games in general. And it was just fun. I loved the combat style. The play felt good for its time. Even the graphics were good for its time. It was on a 360, which was, at the time being, when it was released, the best. It was the best console of its generation, of its time. Along with the graphics, it was top of the line. PlayStation 3 really couldn't compare because it was, without a doubt, the reason why, for those of you guys who don't know, I've had a bad experience with PlayStation. I used to own a original PlayStation and then the PlayStation 2 Slim, the white edition too, which there wasn't very many out there at the time. It was, and it just died out of the blue, which means we had to trade it in, and we went to Xbox after that, and I love Xbox. I love it to pieces. I love what they have been. Let me rephrase. I love their ideas, but they're not implementing them properly. Xbox or Microsoft just recently released an Xbox handheld. It's essentially a Steam Deck. So, time for me to go on a tirade rant. Alright? So, and Microsoft, I hope you guys see this. Because I'm hoping that you guys listen to me when, as a loyal customer of Microsoft and Xbox for generations, well, for fucking years, I don't like the ideas that you guys got for the Xbox handheld. I mean, it's an interesting take. I personally don't like it. And it's the same kind of idea with the PlayStation handheld. The only difference is that the PlayStation handheld is worse because of its design. No offense to you guys, no offense to the PlayStation people out there. I don't like the handheld. I don't like the design. It looks clunky. I mean, um, for those of you guys who don't know, I rarely ever talk about my family. I have a younger brother and a sister. My younger brother just got his hands on a Series X. My sister left behind something for me. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm not usually a huge Switch guy or Nintendo guy. I haven't been that way in years. She left her Switch behind and I've been playing it. This is the original Switch. If Microsoft would take the ideas from the Switch with like the handheld or the ability to snap these pieces off like the Switch 2 is and attach them to a controller, I mean, that would be a beautiful handheld. That would be a beautiful integration idea that would actually work for them. It would make sense. Because a lot of us, we don't like carrying our Xbox around. I don't like the Xbox app. Well, at least the Cloud Play features. The connectability is bad. I really don't care for it. I'd have to hardwire it just to be able to get a really good connection off of it. But something like this, for a handheld, that would work perfectly for Xbox. It would make sense. And they come out with... hold on, let me see if I can't find a picture of the prototype for the Xbox handheld. And I'll show you guys. Hold on, I wanted to enlarge it. You know what? F it. Alright. Alright, guys, give me a second. I'm going to boot up my... One. There we go. Okay. So this is a Steam Deck. And that right there is the Xbox handheld. All the Xbox handheld is a glorified variation of that. And Microsoft, like I said, I hope you guys are watching this because I want you guys to refine this before you release it. It looks garbage. I mean, I usually don't open up multiple tabs on my computer while streaming because it messes with everything. But you guys need to see this. The PlayStation handheld. Yeah. And then this is the PlayStation handheld. See if I can't find one of the pics directly from Sony. This is their new handheld right here. The PlayStation Portable had a better design. The PlayStation handheld literally looks like that they took a tablet and just slapped on controller ends to a tablet. That's why I say that looks more clunky than this, but this does not look as clean as a Steam Deck. I would rather put my money into getting a Steam Deck over an Xbox handheld. They're more expensive, but I've got Steam already on my computer, as you guys can tell by down here. And on top of that, the Cloud Play compatibility. I personally do not like those new designs. I mean, the PlayStation one looks more clunkier than the Xbox one because they're partnering with someone who makes handhelds. But at the same time, the Steam Deck is overall the best looking handheld on the market. It's more aesthetically pleasing. To me, I don't think Xbox is going in the right direction just yet with the handheld. I think that they should scrap their current design and redesign it. It needs to be more aesthetically pleasing. On top of that, Xbox or Microsoft, you guys have the technology to be able to make that handheld because they're a little bit of backstory. Recently, Xbox has started doing something that, how do I put this nicely? Xbox has recently started their Xbox Anywhere campaign. And normally I would be a fan of something like that if their stuff worked correctly. They've started adding in stuff to Fire Stick, or started adding some of their technology and, well, not really technology, just their Cloud Play compatibility onto a Fire Stick. And now recently, they're giving Sony access to the Xbox exclusives. The Xbox exclusives consist of, at least from what I know, of the following: Gears of War, Halo, and then a couple of other ones. Sony refuses to give Xbox access to their exclusives. Spider-Man, The Last of Us. I would love to play The Last of Us on Xbox with Xbox graphics. It would be really, really cool. I would love to play The Last of Us I would buy that game. I wouldn't just get it from Game Pass. I would buy the game. I would put the money to buy said game. I would put the money to buy Spider-Man on Xbox. But Sony is refusing to release their exclusives to Xbox because the partnership feels one-sided, and it's not in Xbox's favor, it's in PlayStation's favor because they're gaining access to their Microsoft's exclusive list. Steam is getting full access to Microsoft exclusives. Because of course, the Xbox Anywhere stuff, you can now actually attach your Steam account to your Xbox One, and two, eventually they're going to start implementing the ability to download games that you have on your Xbox onto Steam. They're trying to end the console war. They're not doing a really good job because they're not really benefiting from it, besides money. And even then, besides money, there's no real benefit to it. I would personally like it if the console war if Microsoft wants the console war to end, they really need to put their focus into making sure that all their deals are good for both parties. Not just for the companies involved, but for us as the consumer. It would really, really make a difference if they did. And that's why I feel like that they're trying to end the console war, but they're not doing a good job of it. In fact, they're just giving out things to companies and not really considering how we, the consumers, react. And that also comes in play into another part of this. The Xbox handheld, like I said, they have the technology to make it like a Switch and take the controllers off, or take the, or at least give it like a docking bay. Like have the design for the grips is not bad. It just looks clunky. If they can make it more like a Xbox controller design, then yeah, I would definitely buy it. But they can also give it more like a Switch design too, because I did hear that they're also working on trying to make the Xboxes go extinct, because they're now working on PC stuff and all this fun stuff. Like they've actually made a Xbox app for their PCs. I personally don't like that, because I don't have full access to everything, and on top of that, my graphics card on this thing is not the greatest. I'd have to constantly upgrade my graphics card just to, and I'm not willing to spend $500-600 every couple of years just to make sure I'm getting a brand new graphics card so I can play the latest games. I mean, that's kind of BS. So in my eyes, I feel like that Xbox needs to remain around. Even if they just don't release a console every year, or however often that they are, they need to give, definitely Microsoft needs to keep the Xbox around and not just give them a handheld saying, well, if you guys want us to keep Xbox around, here's a handheld, have fun with it. No, that's not how it works. Most of us are not willing to go out and buy a new handheld just because Microsoft wants to eliminate the Xbox. Well, the physical console. I put a lot of money into what I do. Okay, I've got, in total, with my computer, 2 monitors, camera, microphone, which is right here in front of, it's actually closer to my tower, the Xbox, the controllers that I've bought, the capture card. That's $120 alone. I have in total over $1,000 worth in setup and gear. All the cables that I run. It is not physically correct for Xbox to pull something like this. And them to think, well, we're going to go on ahead and we're just going to eliminate the Xbox eventually. Yeah, I get it. Eventually, you know, Xbox needs to go. Consoles will eventually become a thing of the past. I get that. But at the same token, I prefer the console. I have the app on my phone. I can use it. I have the app on my computer. I could use that. I'm not going to. Because I got something dedicated to playing heavy-duty games at the best possible quality for my stuff. I don't like to spend a whole lot of money. But when I do, I spend it to ensure that my equipment is running up to par, or if I have to replace something, I can replace it. Except for right now. I'm without a job. But that's beside the point. When I do spend money, it's usually to be replacing stuff. Recently, I had to replace the internet or the Wi-Fi chip inside my Xbox. Do you want to know why? Because it was faulty. Granted, taking it apart voids my warranty with Xbox. But I had to do it because it was the only thing that wasn't working in it. It was the only thing that was not working. And that's the problem. Xbox lately, with their series models, have usually released a Series S and a Series X. They eliminated the original design and just said, okay, well, we're going to take this and we're going to simplify it. For starters, that was a bad move. Eliminating discs. Because now we have to buy them directly from Xbox. We can't buy them from like a third-party seller who has the game. That's also kind of one of the many reasons why I still love like the disc games. That's the only reason why. Because I can go out like to say GameStop and get a better price. I can go out to say Slackers and get a better price. There's a whole bunch of other places that I can go to get a disc game at a better price because Microsoft inflates the price. Because guess what? The only model that still runs disc is the Series X, and that is a $500 console. At least back when I bought mine. I was more willing to pay $300 because, you know what? Fuck it, I'm already going to be giving these fuckers money. Might as well do it when I have to. In total, just on my Xbox alone, I'm spending... You know what? Hold on. Let me pull up my calculator. Each game that comes out every year, except for right now because I'm not buying games, it's usually roughly $60 a game, and that's per year. But I also have to pay $20 over the course of 12 months. That's already $240 plus 60. That's $300. I also have to replace my controllers every now and then, so that's roughly another 60 to 100. I'm going to say 80. That's $380. And that's not even including everything that I've done. Batteries. That the batteries that I use are the Duracell Quantums. Those are like $20-$30 a pack. So okay, so hold on. I need to remember that number, 380, and then we're gonna say 30 because it's higher end. Multiply that by 12. That's 360 there. Plus the 380 I already have. I'm already spending like $740 a year just to maintain my stuff. And that's not including if anything breaks. If anything breaks, I have to immediately drop the money for it so I can get it fixed or replaced. Everything that I have here is stuff that I've had for years, except for the headphones that I've been using. I've got those this year. The only reason why that I'm not using my headset right now is because I got to get that fixed. And the first thing that I got to do is get some fabric glue. Fabric glue and rubber cement. I'm usually not on this big of a rant. The only reason why that I'm ranting is because the fact being that Xbox wants to get rid of the one major thing that makes them money. The consoles, the Xbox consoles, it's a good money maker if you keep them around. You'd be profiting more if you kept them around. And do you want to know why? Because everybody's willing to get an Xbox. Well, everyone's willing to at least go out and buy a console every now and then. Granted, I know some people who hate consoles in general, and you know what? I respect that. But there are some times that you cannot avoid getting a console. Let me elaborate. Nintendo is very highly against companies like Steam. They do not like Steam. In fact, they push them out. They recently took the Twitch app, they recently took the Twitch app off of the ability to download it. Why? I couldn't answer. But I like Nintendo's idea of keeping their consoles around. Because you want to know why? Consoles make money. They make money for the people who manufacture them. They get that. Not to mention the entire accessory list. That's important. Because not only is the console a thing, but all the accessories that you get with it are important. They make revenue. They make money. Consoles make a crap ton of money for the manufacturer. It's because here's the thing. Xbox is trying to eliminate that. They want to make Xbox available to everyone? Cool. Make your consoles cheaper to buy. While keeping a lot of the standards intact. It's like that they really stopped caring. Microsoft apparently has stopped caring about the people who play on console. Because they're like, oh, these PCs will make us a ton of money. Not really. You see, to be able to get a very decent setup, to be able to game, like games like COD, you are going to have to spend roughly around $1,000 just for the PC alone. That's not including anything extra you want to get for it. Like for me, I had to get a graphics card because I do still have my console. I still intend to use it. I bought it. I'm going to use it. I paid extra for the 1 terabyte storage upgrade for it. It's an SSD chip. I'll have to take it out one day and show it to you guys. All it is a tiny chip that is sticking to the back of it. Like, I mean, they're eliminating so much to the point being where eventually Xbox is not going to be a thing anymore. PlayStation will reign supreme. They're going to start losing customers. I can make my bet on that. Xbox recently made a huge mistake, and that was starting to eliminate their announcement to start making Xbox available anywhere. Yeah, make it available anywhere. But also keep your consoles around. Because that's where you make your most money. Is with the Xbox console. Not just in computers, not just in computer parts, not just in any of the fucking subscriptions that you guys do. You make a lot of your money off of the Xbox. Because guess what? It's not just an adult thing. Kids love it too. Nowadays, okay, time for a little bit of a back story on me. I was born in 98. Okay? Back then, consoles were becoming in-home consoles were becoming a big thing. Yet the arcades were still around. So the arcades were, you know, I still go there and mess around every now and then, but I usually don't, you know, nowadays, thanks to like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, all of that. That was the hugest thing you could ever have. If you had a console in your house, you were cool. Everyone thought of you as cool. Nowadays, it's about the best smartphone because you can play games on those. I mean, Xbox is trying to get into something that they're most likely going to regret. And I can probably guarantee you that if they do away with the consoles, I'm going to go over to PlayStation because I prefer my consoles versus, say, like, I mean, they're releasing a cheap version of a handheld. Granted, would I love to go over to PlayStation? No. But would I have to if it comes to it? Yes. I prefer my console because in this way, I can spend more. My budget is not huge. I'm middle. Well, technically, I guess you can kind of say I'm poor. I'm not really considered middle class, but I'm not homeless per se. I still got a roof over my head and the ability to do stuff like this. I'm middle class, so that means I've got money. But that doesn't mean that I don't have a lot of money, but at the same token, I'm not homeless either. So it's essentially that for me. I do not like the fact being that Xbox is going to try something like that. Because here's my thing. If they try something like that, there's going to be a whole lot of outrage and just... It's going to start... What will end up kicking off is essentially a overreach. I think that Xbox is trying to do this way too soon. It is not going to end well for them. I don't. So, but yeah, that's what they're trying to do. I'm not a huge fan of what decisions Microsoft is making. Of course, though, would I love to have a say in it? Yeah, that's also another reason why I do this, is to keep you guys up to date on what's happening in the, not just in the gaming world, but what the manufacturers are trying to start doing. And I wanted to bring this up. It's BS to the fact being that that Microsoft is going to start eventually erasing the Xbox from essentially anywhere. It's like that they're giving up. And to me, that sounds like that they're trying to either cut costs to save money or something. I don't really know. Personally, I don't really care. But they really need to keep what the customers want in mind. Some customers, yeah, will go out and, as long as it's fucking Xbox branded, they'll go out and buy a fucking t-shirt. A t-shirt. Like for me, I would love an Xbox t-shirt. Because Microsoft is a huge company. They don't just make computers. Make processing chips. They are a multi-million-dollar company. They compete with Apple almost on a daily basis as Samsung and Google. It's essentially that same thing. And that's something that I personally do not like. I do not like the fact being that Microsoft is willingly giving up. I mean, I just saw the new Surface. It looks amazing. Would I buy it? No, because all the parts I need to be able to use it are sold separately. And they're like another $100 or so a pop. Not a part, a pop. Because that means that for you're essentially spend the computer itself is like $1,000 alone. I can go out and buy an iPad for less, get the extra parts for it, and it would run just as well. And trust me, you guys know me, I'm not a huge Apple person. Yet I'm standing up for Apple. What a twist of fate, don't you think? But, yeah, so I'm going to go on ahead. I'm going to end this stream here. I'm actually quickly going to change the title. So, if you guys are new around here, please by all means follow me on here. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe, because I upload my streams from here to YouTube consistently, because Twitch right now is being a pain in my dick. But more on that later. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all your guys' support. Peace out. Later, guys.